running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up?
Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Oh my goodness, my camera's not being. There we go. I've been having issues all day today, you guys, but that's okay because I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm not going to stop. Something been attacking me for the past month, you guys, but I'm still showing up because my story, my strength, and my challenge will be seen every day. I created this program for day. Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome to day 24. 24 of my story, my strength challenge. And I created this platform not for my own healing, but it's become so much more, you know. Each day is a raw, unfiltered reminder that while healing is hard, it's not impossible. This journey isn't wrapped in perfection, it's wrapped in truth. And if you're here, maybe you need that truth today. Maybe you've been through something too heavy to carry in silence. And I hope this space reminds you that you don't have to carry it alone. So I'm going to give you the trigger warning. You guys know I got to make sure you're prepared for my episode because today's episode contains emotionally sensitive content involving reproductive trauma, miscarriage, and coercive abuse. Please listen with care. Also physical abuse. Please listen with care and tend to your needs if anything becomes too heavy. You're more important than any episode, anything. You know, you get the gist, you get the picture. I'm not trying to cause any more trauma. So the first time I got pregnant wasn't by my ex. It wasn't with the son that I had, my oldest son. It happened almost a year earlier. I was still fairly young, and he again was an adult. We weren't even together 6 months, and we weren't using protection. Even though I kept asking him, like, "Hey, we need to do this," because I didn't feel comfortable being unsafe with, especially him. But my voice and my choices at all, they didn't matter to him, not at all, not even a little bit. And at the time, I was just smoking cigarettes really bad. I was smoking like nearly a pack and a half a day. I was in constant emotional survivor mode, and every day was a fight. He wanted to fight. He wanted to slap me, punch me, kick me. I did something. I said something. It was always something that made him want to feel, to put his hands on me. And I didn't understand. I wanted to leave, but he wouldn't let me go anywhere. I couldn't go to the store. I couldn't go down the street. I couldn't walk down the stairs. I was isolated and trapped, and I was afraid. He'd already proven that he would show up anywhere, even at my mom's house. So I stopped going home because I didn't want to bring those problems to my mom. The girl that I told you guys that I was staying with, who I actually met him through in that hotel with all those people, they moved. So even if I wanted to go where they were, I couldn't because I didn't know where they lived. And I was just stuck with this man who I didn't want to be with. So about 2 months go by and I missed my cycle, and I knew something was wrong. I'd always been regular. I've never, ever had a skip period. If I skipped my cycle, I was pregnant, period. And at the time, I didn't understand. My breasts were sore and they were swollen. I didn't know what was going on, and my body felt like it was just revolting against me. And I didn't know I was pregnant. I was 15, 16, and I thought I was dying. And one of the women that was living in the hotel, she was a drug addict. Those were the only people that I was allowed to talk to, because at the time, he sold drugs, and he made me sell drugs with him. And that was the only way I was even able to eat, because I couldn't go home. I couldn't do anything. So she was one of the women who would buy drugs from us. And she sat down because she knew I didn't want to be there. Then a lot of the women there would try to talk to me and keep me in a positive headspace because they seen and heard what was going on. So she sat down next to me when she saw me sitting on the stairs after he had jumped on me, and we started talking. So I opened up and I told her what was happening. And I don't know how, but she left and she came back with a pregnancy test for me. And when I took the test, it came back positive. And oh my goodness, you guys, I was devastated because I did not want to have any kids by this man. I did not want to. I just wanted to go home and tell my mom, but I was scared. I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. I was afraid that my mom would blame me and that she would beat me for getting pregnant, because she was, she wasn't always the most supportive person. So I just went and I told him I was pregnant, but he didn't respond. He didn't react. He was like, okay. He didn't say anything. It was like I didn't even say anything at all, but I told him I wasn't ready to be a parent. I'm like, I'm a child. I'm 16 now. I want to finish school. I don't want to be a mom. He was like, I don't care. So it was just like, whatever. He kept acting like everything was normal, fighting me, hitting me, kicking me, And one day I started cramping really, really badly. And I thought I was dying again. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I didn't understand. Is this a part of being pregnant? I didn't know anything about miscarriages. I didn't know anything about pregnancy. I didn't know anything. And then I went to the bathroom and I had a miscarriage in the toilet. And you could see the fetus in the toilet. It was, shapely. It was not small. I went to show him, like, I don't know what that is. And he flushed. He flushed it. He didn't take me to the hospital. He didn't take me to the doctor. He didn't try to see if I was okay. He flushed it like it was nothing. And then he got mad at me. And he told me that I killed his baby on purpose. He blamed me and threatened me and started fighting me again. Like he fought me really hard that day, talking about I was going to basically suffer for what I'd done. What did I do? What did I do? I was a child. He's like, you're going to give me a child. I told him I did not want any kids. I mean, I don't want any kids by him. And he said he wanted 21 kids. I want 21 children, and you're going to give me my babies. I'm just like, no, sir. That's not my goals. And I mean, he didn't care. So that experience made me feel like my body did not belong to me. It was just another reminder that I was just a vessel, something to be used, owned, and controlled. I believed that I was worthless, especially as a young Black woman. That my pain, that my pain and my fear was invisible. I felt like nothing. I felt like a prisoner in my own skin, and I questioned if I deserved love, freedom, or safety. I believed that I wasn't allowed to grieve because what happened to me didn't matter. I wasn't seen as a human, and that kind of pain doesn't just go away. It gets buried under shame, silence, and fear. So my reflection question to you all is, have you ever felt like your body, your choices, or your pain didn't belong to you? What stories are you still holding on to that made you question your worth or your power? Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with the mini session, okay? So today's tool is somatic touch reconnection. I love the somatic trauma therapy. It's something that I really like because it helps bring you back. When trauma makes you feel like your body isn't your somatic grounding can gently bring you back to the here and to the now. So I want you to try this, okay? I want you to sit somewhere that is quiet and somewhere that makes you feel safe. And then you place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Then you close your eyes. Take a deep breath, a deep, full breath in through your nose, and then blow out through your mouth. Gently apply pressure with your hands and feel your heartbeat. Feel your belly rise and fall. Whisper to yourself, this is my body. I am here. I am safe. Do this for at least 60 seconds and repeat it as needed, because this practice teaches your nervous system that your body is no longer in danger. And then it reminds your spirit that you are home again. Okay. So you just, like I said, do this as needed, but it's a really good grounding technique. And it's something simple, something you can do anywhere. Just make sure you're quiet and in a safe space. So are you guys ready for your empowerment challenge? Okay, because I want you to do something bold today. I want you to write a list of 5 ways your story has made you powerful. Not just strong, powerful. Think about the resilience it took to survive, the empathy that you developed, the wisdom that you carried, the fire that still burns in you. Now I want you to pick one item on that list and use it. Speak up for someone else. Set a boundary. Say no. Say yes to something bold. Let your power take up space today. This is something that you're going to do for yourself and for someone else, okay? So here we are at our Survivor Spotlight. And this is someone that I actually interviewed today on a special episode of my podcast, Insights of a Survivor. Her name is Vitelle Webb. Vitelle, she is somebody who saw me in the beginning of my journey and saw something in me that made her take a chance on me. And with Vitelle, what you get is an artistry, activism, and authenticity that's colliding together. Vitelle has always had a spark. She had one that drew an eye to the stage and her heart to the message. She carved out her name across stages of Kentucky before taking on Atlanta, not to just chase stardom, but to create impact. She's a mother of 3, a filmmaker, an author, a public speaker, a community advocate, and someone who has never stopped pushing, never stopped giving. She's appeared on major productions like Tyler Perry's I Could Do Bad All By Myself. She's been on Drop Dead Diva, Vampire Diaries, and more. But that's not where her power starts or stops. Vitelle founded the Feed the Homeless Tour in 2010, a hands-on movement that takes love to the streets across the nation. Then in 2022, she launched Us Street Productions, an innovative platform blending healing and entertainment. Proof that stories don't just entertain, that they deliver, they save. In her memoir, I Am a Poetic Ensemble, a raw journey through trauma, depression, suicide, and survival. It is a raw journey through trauma, depression, suicide, and survival, but it's also about finding purpose through pain. She turns her struggles into the stage productions like the face of homelessness, which she just stated that she's going to probably be doing a revamp on, and letting everyone get a dose of that, because she felt like that there was more that this story has to offer, and each one brings community healing front and center. She brings that to the community every time. So to Vitelle, and I also her last showing of 9 Lives, which will be in Kentucky not tonight, I'm sorry, Saturday. So please show up if you can. And to Vitelle, thank you so much for showing the world that trauma doesn't get to write the final act. You've paved the way for women to rise, speak, and shine, especially those who were told they were too broken to try. You are the light, you are the legacy, and we honor you. Thank you so much. If this story has stirred something in you, take a breath, then take a step, then share this episode with someone who needs to know that they're not alone. Comment, connect, and be a part of this healing movement with me, because your story does not end in pain. It begins in power. Yes, thank you so much. And please don't forget to subscribe to Empowered Voices Finding the Strength of Survivors, because you're going to always see stories like this, but then you might have an episode like earlier today, something that I might surprise you and pop up with something that's going to inspire change in you, whether you are ready to move or not. Something that's going to move something in you. So if you don't want to miss out on everything on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it doesn't matter what day of the week, I'm going to come with something, and it's going to be something that's worth having. So and subscribe to my channel so that you can stay updated on everything as it comes. Okay, see you tomorrow for day 25. I love you guys. Stay strong.
Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I